Spring. The flowers are blooming, birds are chirping, bees are buzzing, relationships are blossoming, and my allergies are acting up so bad it makes me want to rip my face off! What was I talking about? Oh, right. Relationships. A little birdie told me that you want to know how to be secure in one. Well, look no further, because this is the video for you. Listen up, angel! Now I know what you're probably thinking. You're thinking, what does this girl know about being secure? Wasn't she in a situationship for like 7 months? And plus, didn't she beg a man to be with her like 2 years ago? And to that I say, first, well, yes. And second, mind your tone, watch yourself, mind your business, okay? I've done a lot of work to get to where I am today. I am not the same person that I was 2 years ago. I put in the work, I put in the hours, and I deserve to be here, and I have credentials, okay? Now, when I looked it up, the internet said that there are 3 common traits that a secure person has in a relationship, and that is confidence, trust in their partner, and the ability to balance both independence and closeness in the relationship. And that's what I want to focus on with like my own experiences and just focusing on how like you can work towards these 3 things to become more secure. And if you're avoidant, you can still watch, but I like to focus on my anxious angels because that's where I have expertise. You know? Okay. Does this make sense? Yeah. You can still watch though, and my tips still might help. So step 1, confidence. One thing about an insecure person is that they are going to crave constant reassurance. And it's okay to want to be assured by your partner or reassured by your partner, of course. But they're the type of person that, like, they need a constant text. They need a constant call. They need consistency, but it's, like, over-consistency to a degree. They need approval. They need validation. And they need all those things to come externally instead of coming from within themselves. You've got to gain confidence outside of your relationship. So keep doing your hobbies, set boundaries, talk nicely to yourself, celebrate your wins. You are deserving of like a healthy love and a healthy relationship, but the only way that's able to happen is if you believe you're worthy of having those healthy relationships. Does that make sense? You shouldn't need anyone else to convince you of that, okay? Because you do the choosing. Like once I stopped putting men on a pedestal and I was like, no, I need to reevaluate my standards, I started spending time alone so that I could build that trust within myself instead of feeling like I had to rely on other people to regulate my emotions and make me feel okay and soothe me and make me feel sane. Do y'all like how I have my knees up like this? Tell me if it's weird. I just feel really comfortable with y'all and I just want to sit like this because it's like we're close and whatever. So even though it was uncomfortable at first, now I'm like able to enjoy my own company without needing that external validation. Like, I used to be the type of person that would overanalyze their text, overanalyze body language, read too much into something and try to decode every single message, and it just wasn't helpful. It made me less confident. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I still do get anxious. Like, I'm not gonna come on here and lie to you and be like, I'm the most confident person in the world. No, not even close. I still do get anxious and sometimes I still do read into things, but the difference is that I'm able to self-soothe now. I'm able to bring myself back down to reality and be like, Tiara, this is actually what's happening. What's in your head, going on in your head right now, that's not real reality, okay? That's not what's happening right now. This is your reality. Go outside and do something by yourself. Go sit at a park and journal or draw or read a book. Go do something. Just be one with yourself. Be one.
But when will it stop?
I don't know how they do it. Whatever, fuck. Step 2, trusting your partner. Now, this could be a little bit of a harder one for those of y'all that have been hurt in the past, and for those of y'all that are like, well, I've let people in the past and they still hurt me and they betrayed me. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit harder to trust people in the beginning, but trust is something that you gain over time. And if this relationship is really meant to last and be sustainable, then that means that you just have all the time in the world to build that trust. You know, like you don't have to rush into like trusting and you don't have to tell them everything in the beginning, but like, oh shit. Oh, now the camera's gonna be fucked up. Sorry. Me as a Canadian. Sorry. Just remember that trust is something that's gained over time, and it's not about controlling the other person's behavior or doubting everything that they tell you. It's okay to be nervous, but I think that as long as there's consistency and communication and there's effort and this person's actions or like their words are reflected by their actions and whatnot, then trust should be a given in trust should be a given in any relationship. That's what I was trying to say before my camera fell down. Just because this person isn't texting or calling you 24/7 doesn't mean that they're gonna leave you or betray you, or doesn't mean that it's not gonna work out. Like, I'm going to Spain for 10 days. I'm gonna be away for like 10, 11 days this month. And the guy that I'm seeing, he was like, yeah, you don't need to call me all the time. Like, I want you to have fun. See you when you get back, and I'm excited to see you, but I want you to have fun, and we don't need to talk all the time while you're out there. I'm like, I honestly prefer that. I prefer a response of, I want you to have fun while you're out there and not feel like you have to be at my beck and call every waking minute of every hour, you know? I think that's a great example of trust, because it's like you're recognizing that you don't have to be in constant communication with a person in order for the relationship to be sustained, because you trust that the relationship is sustainable. The biggest reason why I am so trusting now is because I have this unwavering faith that whatever's meant to be will be. Whatever's meant to work out will work out for me. And you just have to remind yourself that what's meant for you will find you effortlessly. So if you want to build trust, you need to communicate your needs with this person. You need to be yourself. You need to be vulnerable. You need to be able to open up. And obviously that's not always going to be easy, but you need to be like willing to do the work and willing to do the effort. And you also need to learn to regulate your emotions like a grown-up, instead of feeling like you have to rely on this person and be codependent. You know what I mean? You're over relying on a person to be codependent because you don't know how to regulate your own emotions, and you feel like this person is responsible for all of your feelings. No. And finally, step 3, balancing independence. I know, okay? This is actually one that I am just a little bit struggling with, because finding a balance between YouTube, work, friends, and starting a new relationship, that's a little bit of a struggle to juggle. I know anxious angels love closeness, but hear me out, okay? It's actually better and healthier to have independence instead of feeling like you have to be with this person every hour of every minute of every day. You don't need to do that. You could actually be independent and also have a healthy relationship. A relationship should really be 2 whole people coming together as one and adding value to each other's lives, adding something to each other's lives, uplifting and enhancing each other's life. It shouldn't be like 2 people that are like, I just need to find my other half. I need to find my other half because I'm missing something. If you feel like you're missing something, clearly that just means that you need to go deep and find the parts of yourself that you are missing. You don't need to find that missing part from somebody else. That's silly. Your hobbies and interests shouldn't just disappear just because you have a partner. You need to keep making time for the things that you like outside of your relationship. I know people, no shade, no tea, that like when they get in a relationship, they literally fall off the face of the earth. I could not hear from them for months, but then as soon as they get out of a relationship, they're like, hey, wanna hang out or something? I'm like, bitch, I thought you died. Where'd you go? Oh, you were just in a relationship. Oh, it's giving a little bit codependent. No shade, but it's giving you don't know how to find the balance. And one thing about me, I want to be able to find the balance. I want to make time for my friends. I want to make time for my family. I want to make time for my hobbies. I want to make time for my community. I want to make time for everything. And yeah, it's going to be a bit of a juggle, but that's healthier than being like, I want to be with my partner 24 hours of the day because I'm obsessed with them and I can't get enough of them and I just never want to be away from them ever, 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 ever. You are both allowed to have lives outside of the relationship. Space does not mean abandonment. That doesn't equate. It doesn't equate. And if you feel like you can't trust your partner, if you have some sort of fear that's popping up, try to figure out where that fear is coming from. Like, is it really because you don't trust them? Or is it because you don't trust yourself? Because you think independence means distance, and distance leads to abandonment. Yeah, did I just clock your tea? Did I gag you so bad just now? Yeah, be honest, because I was low-key just projecting my own past fears. But I get it. Trust me when I say that becoming secure isn't going to be an overnight sensation. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a long time, probably. I've been working on this for 2 years now, and I still sometimes get anxious. I honestly feel like it's like I said in one of my videos, it's like self-love or self-worth is like a skill or like a muscle that you work by like working on it every single day. I still do get anxious sometimes, but now I know how to like self-soothe and regulate my emotions instead of spiraling. And I know how to communicate my needs and communicate my feelings better. And that's progress. Well, yes, I don't know everything. I am not a therapist, and these tips aren't going to magically fix everything. I'm just sharing my experiences. And also, one of the biggest things that helped me with my attachment style is reading the book called Attached. That book gagged me so bad. It helped me to heal so much. And also, it made me cry multiple times. So if you like to read or just listen to like an audiobook or something, or genuinely just want to heal and work on yourself, then go read that book. Yeah, guarantee it will help you work through some shit and work through some of your attachment issues. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, prove it by giving it a thumbs up and leave a comment below letting me know one like insecure trait that you want to overcome with your relationships, whether that's platonic or romantic or whatever. Let me know. Bye. I'm like, oh, like, okay, let's just talk on the phone until like 1 a.m. and then it's 4 a.m. and I have to wake up at 9 a.m. and it's like I'm running on like what? I'm so bad at math. That was actually embarrassing. I immediately went to my fingers. Yes, I do math on my fingers at 23. Don't make fun of me.